Is Prime Minister Modi the victim of intolerance? Joining us on the Newsroom showdown tonight, senior Congress leader, former minister in the UPA government, Ashwini Kumar, with us also representing the BJP national spokesperson, Siddharth Singh. I want to go across to Ashwini Kumar first. The Prime Minister hit out really hard at the Congress party, saying, "Doob maro Congress, you're making these charges at a time when Sikhs were being massacred in Delhi after Indira Gandhi was assassinated." He says, "I am the victim of intolerance, and the Congress is being selective when they target the BJP for growing intolerance." Mr. Kumar.
I couldn't have heard of a more amusing statement. I think it's a joke on the nation. If Mr. Modi wants to get away from his own acts of omission and commission, citing 1984, I can only tell him that the nation has repeatedly heard that 84 was a blot on the conscience of this country. We have all apologized for what happened. That should never have happened. But is it the case of the Prime Minister that two wrongs make one right? Is it his case that because 84 happened, Gujarat was right? Is it his case that because 84 happened, the acts of intolerance unprecedented in the history of this country that we now see leading to hate crimes are justified? Is it the Prime Minister's case that while he is the Prime Minister of India, he can scoff at what is happening, he can turn a blind eye to the most frontal assault on the liberal conscience of this country? Is it the Prime Minister's case that he is now going to be vengeful for what he thinks happened to him when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat? These are questions and poses that only the Prime Minister can answer.
Ashwini Kumar makes a very strong opening pitch. Siddharth Singh, you must respond. The Prime Minister forced to go 30 years into the past. The Congress has paid for its sin electorally. Congress leaders have been charged in courts as well. Those cases are still underway. He is the Prime Minister now. He must answer for what is happening now. His best defense can't be that the Congress also did something which was much worse, but that was 30 years ago. Siddharth Singh.
1984 is referred because it happens to be 2nd of November, and 2nd of November is a day when the Sikh massacre happened in Delhi and rest of the places in India. The Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi conveniently pick up a day when the Sikhs were massacred, so therefore the reference comes in his election speech, and rightly so he's done it. Now coming on, let's say you pick up an issue which is 30 years old, so let's not pick up an issue of 2002. Let us pick up the issues of, let's say, last 5 years, beginning from 2010. I would say let's go to Mirzapur in Haryana, where 150 Dalits were being torched, their houses were torched, and they came down to Delhi, and the Supreme Court intervened and indicted the Huda government for not acting and protecting the secular fabric in Haryana. You go down to Kerala in July 2010, where Professor Joseph's hands were chopped. Government was of Congress and they keep silent, and intolerance is not spoken. It relates to law and order, but they don't want. So there are issues. There are incidents including Dabolkar and Kalburgi which happen in their state, but the blame of intolerance comes to Delhi.
Even if you look at just what happened under the UPA between 2009 and 2014, Siddharth Singh has rattled off a series of incidents which were as bad, if not worse, than Dadri. Yet somehow Dadri is made to seem as if it's bigger than the Babri Masjid demolition, equal to the massacre of Sikhs in 1984. Is that not unfair? And is the BJP not right when it says that these incidents have happened in the past, but when you make it seem as if they're only happening under Modi, therefore Modi becomes a victim of intolerance? Ashwini Kumar.
Modi happens to be today the Prime Minister of India and is accountable to the people of India in lieu of the mandate that he has received. A ruler of the day, the Prime Minister of the moment, cannot go back into sordid events of the past for which we have never accepted any culpability, by the way, whether it was 84 riots or whether it was Mirzapur or anything else. But does it behove the Prime Minister of a country who has caught a parliamentary majority, even unexpected by him, to now turn around and say that I owe no apology to the people of India for what is happening under my charge, under my eyes, merely because something had happened in the past. Why doesn't he pick up the Mughal area, or why doesn't he put up the British rule? For that matter, he would say, well, this used to happen during the British, therefore I am free of blame.
Kiran
Is it all
Mazumdar
wrong?
Shaw had been openly advocating for the BJP. She'd been a well-wisher of Prime Minister Narendra Modi before this. Moody's was rara about the India story a few months ago and was being cited by the BJP as an example of how things were turning around. When these people say something against you, suddenly they become, Siddharth Nath Singh, part of a grand liberal conspiracy. If they say good things about Modi, they're on the right side. If they don't, then they're part of a conspiracy. Siddharth, respond.
Well, we have never branded anybody like Ms. Shaw or anybody like that, or Mr. Murthy like that. But the reality, let me say, on the absurdity of relevance. Now, if, and I will not go into past, as my senior colleague from the Congress has said, I will restrict to the current regime. Now, let's look at the Dadri incident. What is there? The law and order relates to the UP, where BJP is not ruling. The Kalburgi, the law and order relates to, in 2015 it happened in Karnataka, it relates to the Congress government. I am restricting to these two incidents, and these two incidents are related to law and order. Now, my senior colleague from Congress, a learned person, a lawyer, law minister of India, is recommending that Mr. Modi must take charge, he must interfere into the federal structure of India and bypass the constitution and take things under control. Is the Congress not going to answer during your regime, which is 2015, a death happens in Karnataka of Kalburgi, then another death happens of a person who is Prashant Pujari, he is being mob lynched like in what happened in Dadri. Are you not going to hold yourself accountable?
Okay, Ashwini Kumar, go ahead please.
It is a remarkably spurious and an absurd argument, not expected of my good friend Siddharth. Let me just make one point, and I would like to make one poser to Siddharth. The issue today is the vitiated atmosphere on account of repeated utterances by the members of the Sangh Parivar and the top leadership of the BJP. This has led to an atmosphere of hate in this country. This has led to an atmosphere which polarizes the society. It has led to an atmosphere where the social cohesion of the country and our society has come under severe attack. That's the issue that the Prime Minister has to answer. The Prime Minister is the Prime Minister of the whole country. Even under the Constitution, in exceptional circumstances, the central government has a right to intervene, and we know all of those provisions, and these can be separately debated whenever my friend wants. But today, the issue is of accountability for vitiating a national atmosphere, taken the country away from the path of development and to the path of conflict.
Siddharth, in an interview we did with Arun Shourie, he said the Prime Minister is not a section officer in the homeopathy department. He must speak out on intolerance, not through sources who are unnamed and anonymous, but the Prime Minister must come out. He must not act as if he's a section officer in the homeopathy department, thinks Arun Shourie. How do you respond to that?
The Prime Minister has again and again said, to an extent, under the direction of the Prime Minister, those who have made any loose comment, they were pulled up by the President of India very, very lately. So don't say that the Prime Minister is not acting. The question is, what are you doing in your own state when you are running a government? Whether it's Karnataka or your
okay, I'm out of time, gentlemen.
Partners during UPA 1 and UPA 2.
I'm out of time.
Now I want to answer on your question so that you don't say.
Rahul,
you don't say that I'm ducking your question, which was...
This is true, Rahul.
You asked me one question, can I answer that?
It cannot be a Prime Minister versus a Chief Minister. The issue is that the Prime Minister is in season of the governance of this country as a whole. His accountability is much higher.
Siddharth Nath Singh, 20 seconds. Final comments.
As far as the Prime Minister is concerned, in last 16 months, I will give you more than 10 occasions and you spot the silence of the Prime Minister. I'm ready to debate.
I'm going to leave it over there. Is the Prime Minister guilty of intolerance or is he a victim of intolerance? The newsroom will not take any sides. You've heard two articulate positions put forth by Ashwini Kumar and Siddharth Nath Singh. We leave it to our viewers to decide where they stand. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the newsroom and lighting up our debate with your articulate comments. Thank you.